to release all of the records that were provided.
Madam Secretary, two quick follow-ups. You mentioned the server. That's one of the distinctions here. This wasn't Gmail or Yahoo or something. This was a server that you owned. Is that appropriate? Was there any precedent for it? Did you clear it with any State Department security officials? And did they have full access to it when you were secretary? And then separately, will any of this have any bearing or effect on your timing or decision about whether or not you run for president? Thank you.
Well, the system we used was set up for President Clinton's office, and it had numerous safeguards. It was on property guarded by the Secret Service, and there were no security breaches. I think that the use of that server, which started with my husband, certainly proved to be effective and secure. Now, with respect to any sort of future issues, look, I trust the American people to make their decisions about political and public matters, and I feel that I've taken unprecedented steps to provide these work-related emails. They're going to be in the public domain, and I think that Americans will find that interesting, and I look forward to having a discussion about that.
Madam Secretary,
Hi.
how can the public be assured that when you deleted emails that were personal in nature, that you didn't also delete emails that were professional but possibly unflattering? And what do you think about this Republican idea of having an independent third party come in and examine your emails?
Well, first of all, you would have to ask that question to every single federal employee, because the way the system works, the federal employee, the individual, whether they have one device, two devices, three devices, how many addresses, they make the decision. So even if you have a work-related device with a work-related .gov account, you choose what goes on that. That is the way our system works. And so we trust and count on the judgment of thousands, maybe millions of people to make those decisions. And I feel that I did that and even more, that I went above and beyond what I was requested to do. And again, those will be out in the public domain, and people will be able to judge for themselves.
Okay, Madam Secretary, Madam Secretary, excuse me. Madam Secretary, State Department rules at the time you were Secretary were perfectly clear that if a State Department employee was going to be using private email, that employee needed to turn those emails over to the State Department to be preserved on government computers. Why did you not do that? Why did you not go along with State Department rules until nearly 2 years after you left office? And also, the President of the United States said that he was unaware that you had this unusual email arrangement. The White House counsel's office says that you never approved this arrangement through them. Why did you not do that? Why have you apparently caught the White House by surprise? And then just one last political question, if I might. Does all of this affect your decision in any way on whether or not to run for president?
Well, let me try to unpack your multiple questions. First, the laws and regulations in effect when I was Secretary of State allowed me to use my email for work. That is undisputed. Secondly, under the Federal Records Act, records are defined as recorded information regardless of its form or characteristics. And in meeting the record-keeping obligations, it was my practice to email government officials on their state or other .gov accounts so that the emails were immediately captured and preserved. Now, there are different rules governing the White House than there are governing the rest of the executive branch. And in order to address the requirements I was under, I did exactly what I have said. I emailed two people, and I not only knew, I expected that then to be captured in the State Department or any other government agency that I was emailing to at a .gov account. What happened in, starting I guess late summer, early fall, is that the State Department sent a letter to former secretaries of state, not just to me, asking for some assistance in providing any work-related emails that might be on the personal email. And what I did was to direct, my counsel to conduct a thorough investigation and to err on the side of providing anything that could be connected to work. They did that, and that was my obligation. I fully fulfilled it, and then I took the unprecedented step of saying, go ahead and release them and let people see them.
Madam Secretary, why did you wait 2 months? Why did you wait 2 months to turn those emails over? I mean, the rules say you have to turn them over.
Secretary Clinton, delete the personal emails.
Why did you wait 2 months?
I don't
Secretary
think,
Clinton.
I'd be happy to have somebody talk to you about the rules. I fully complied with every rule that I was governed by.
Were you ever specifically briefed on the security implications of using your own email server and using your personal address to email with the president?
I did not email any classified material to anyone on my email. There is no classified material. So I'm certainly well aware of the classification requirements and did not send classified material.
Madam Secretary.
Because they were personal and private about matters that I believed were within the scope of my personal privacy, and that particularly of other people. They had nothing to do with work, but I didn't see any reason to keep them. At the end of the process.
What about Scott Gratian, who was forced to resign 2
Yeah.
years ago because of his personal use of emails? By the way, David Schuster from Al Jazeera
Yeah,
America.
right.
What about Ambassador Scott
Da-
Gratian being forced to resign?
David, I think you should go online and read the entire IG report. That is not an accurate representation of what happened. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all.
Why didn't you tell the president about the arrangement?